Okay, and welcome to Redgrave College. It's my second go at this. I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you to what is essentially the best college, but obviously I'm a little bit biased. We're going to have a question answer function at the end, which Mr. Roberts is going to field, and I will answer as many questions as we have time to do. So if we could just pop to the next slide, Mr. Roberts, please. Okay, so as it's been explained to you or to your parents if you went to the meeting, we have 3 colleges at Barnwell School. We have Hoyt, Redgrave and Ennis, and these colleges came about in 2012. So you can see the link to the Olympics. So all the colleges are named after an Olympian, and we've got the very proud honour of being named after Steve Redgrave. So a little bit of homework for those Redgrave students. You need to find out what Steve Redgrave did and what Olympic event he took part in, so that when I see you on that first day, we can have that conversation and I'll know who listened to me and who then went and found out who Steve Redgrave was. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Okay, so the college competition is really important to me. I'm very competitive. I do not like to come last place. So as you can see, currently Redgrave are in the lead. We've won the College Cup twice. In fact, we were the college that won the first ever College Cup, and I had a massive banner made and put up over the hallways, which didn't necessarily go down well with the other heads of college. So we've maintained a lead now for quite a number of weeks, but we could get knocked off the top spot towards the end because we're all very, very competitive. Due to COVID, we don't have sports day this year, which I'm not totally thrilled about, because that's one event Redgrave have never won, so bear that in mind for next year. We have never won a sports day, and this was going to be the year that we won, but unfortunately it's not running. But as you can see, you are joining the current winning college. I think we also have the College Cup retained at the moment, so that's something to bear in mind. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Okay, so your parents would have been spoken to about this already, but attendance is really important at Barnwell. If you're not in lessons, you can't be learning the lessons that you need to be able to pass your exams and go on into the big wide world and do whatever it is that you would like to do. That also includes punctuality. So we do expect you to be in your tutor rooms by 8:35 in the morning, and you need to be getting to your lessons on time. Clearly, students' biggest fear when coming to Barnwell, as explained by Mr. Evil, is getting lost. So we're very appreciative of that. So on your first day, you'll have a tour of the school. Other students are more than happy to be helpful when you're moving around. So if you get lost, you can always ask a member of staff or another student, and we do give you a little bit of leeway to find your way around the school. I have also got lost on site, so I know how that feels when we first moved to that campus, so you'll be absolutely fine. Good attendance is rewarded for individual students, and obviously we collect college points, which is very, very important towards a College Cup. But more importantly, being in lessons on time and your attendance is important, because if you're not in lessons, you're not going to get the information or the lesson that you need. Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Hopefully the screen's going to move on. Yeah, there we go. Right, so I'm going to take you through the uniform policy. This will all obviously been sent to your parents, but so that you know. So the compulsory items that you need to have is the blazer. I think our blazer is lovely. I love the blue trim on our blazer. So you need a blazer. The college tie is obviously your parents, and you need to buy the Redgrave College tie. It has the stripes on it, the two stripes, sorry, and the stripes get your parents to show you how to tie a tie. If you've never done one before, I learned how to do a tie at school, and we need to make sure that the stripes are in the right place. So the blazer and the college tie have obviously got the Barnwell School logo on it. Your white shirt can be from any shop as long as it is a standard white shirt. Black trousers again from any shop, but obviously we don't accept skinny trousers or denim. They need to be proper trousers. The skirts need to be pleated and no shorter than just above the knee, and obviously we expect students not to roll them up. Closed black shoes, they need to be polishable. Can I say at this point as well, please be wary when you go into places like Clark's, etc. They'll have a big sign up that says school shoes, and then you'll buy them. You need to make sure that they're black, they're leather, and they're polishable or a leather imitation. They cannot be trainer-like. So when you're buying them, please make sure that you're conscious of that, because some stores in the past have sold trainer-like shoes and put a big label over that says school shoes. You just need to make sure that you're checking that they're the right shoes. Okay, that's a nice picture there, Mr. Roberts, with some of our students. So, hair, makeup and jewellery. You are not supposed to be wearing jewellery, no rings, no bracelets. They need to, if you're wearing earrings, they need to be discreet studs. Makeup is obviously discreet, but you'd probably be better off not wearing it. Obviously, you're in school, you don't need to be wearing makeup. Hair, we don't accept hair that has been dyed an unnatural colour. So if it's bright red, etc., then obviously we'd be contacting your parents and asking you to dye it back to its natural colour. So for those students that want to do some outrageous hair colours, better at the start of the summer, make sure it's grown out by the end of the summer, because I wouldn't want you to start off in year 7 with me having to phone home and saying you need to dye your hair back to its natural colour. Nose studs are not allowed at any point in school. We have had students do that and then say they can't take it out because it closes up. You don't need to be doing that at all. So that's not just for year 7, but that is as we go through the school as well. Okay, PE kit. Have a look. Our PE kit's lovely and smart, as you can see from the picture on the screen. So the compulsory items are your PE shirt, your shorts. You need suitable sporting trainers, football boots and PE socks. And the football boots are for all students, please. The optional items that you can get are skirts, which are optional for the girls, which is obviously because I needed to check a skirt is a skirt and shorts. You can have universal jogging bottoms or sports leggings and a hoodie, which is also optional. If you notice on the PowerPoint where it's got the little asterisks, that's because you can purchase them from the school. We don't allow any other alternative. So if you want sports leggings or a hoodie, it needs to be the school one, please. Okay, equipment. So first day of school, what I would suggest you do is the night before you pack your bag so it's ready, and that's good practice going forward. Actually, don't leave it to the day, because if you leave it to the day and you're panicking and you're rushing and you need to be at school on time, you'll never ever know if you've packed your bag properly. My suggestion is when you get home from school, unpack your bag, pack it for the next day so you're ready to go. So the thing that you would need to check, as well as your books, is what equipment that you have. So you must, in your pencil case, have a black, blue and green writing pen. We use green pen when we do peer assessment in classes, etc. You need some pencils, and you do need a scientific calculator for your maths lessons, which you can get in Smith's, you can get on Amazon and places like that. You do need to have a rubber as well and a razor, a ruler, a set square, protractor, compass and sharpener. As a parent myself, what I would say is you can actually buy maths equipment pencil cases. They come in like a metal tin and they have all of that in there except for the calculator. They're not very expensive. They're about £4.99. And I find that it's got everything in it. It comes with a rubber, it comes with a pencil sharpener, it actually has a pencil in it as well. And it's a nice little set that you can buy that has all of the things that you need except for the scientific calculator. And again, like I said, if you make sure that you pack your bag the night before, you'll then know that you've got all your equipment. The other thing that you need that's not on that list, it might come up on the next screen, is you need what we call a dear book. So we do drop everything and read once a day. And it's a 20-minute reading slot, because we are actively, I'm an English teacher, you can tell, we're actively encouraging students to read daily and on a regular basis. So when you pack your bag, you need to make sure that you have a reading book in your bag as well. It can be a current reading book and you bring it in, and for those 20 minutes you and your member of staff taking your lesson will take 20 minutes to sit and read. Okay, we put our homework on a program called Show My Homework, and you'll get a login for Show My Homework, which tends to be the same login that you have for your 365 email accounts that you will get when you start the school. Staff put work on Show My Homework, and you can access it. Your homework, for some of you, it's going to be interesting because you may not have had as much homework at primary school. So staff might put homework on the Monday and expect you to have it on the Tuesday. So you'll be given time to do the homework. You can access Show My Homework from your mobile phones. I'm sure most of you have got mobile phones. Mum, dad, carer, whoever it is at home can also access Show My Homework. So if I use myself as an example, My English classes get a spelling and reading homework for me and a written task. I will set it on a Friday and then I expect it in for the following Friday. Staff here are really understanding. So if you are struggling with homework, please speak to the member of staff that set it. So if I've set a homework you didn't understand and you came and spoke to me, I would help you to access it and to understand what it was about. If you struggle with showing my homework, again, speak to your form tutor who will be there on your first day. Explain that you're struggling with showing my homework and one of us will show you how to access it, but we'll help you with that when you first start at the school. Okay, Miss Hull went through this with your parents, so if you were at that meeting with your parents, you're going to get this twice. We have a Pride progress within Barnwell, and it hits the 5 points, or the 5 key points that we feel would make you a well-rounded student. So if you have a quick look at that, it's passionate, resilient, innovative, determined and empathetic, and staff can award you a point for any of those. So are you a passionate learner? Are you resilient? So for example, with the homework that you really struggled with, were you resilient about it? Did you go about it the right way? Did you persevere when you were really struggling with it? Were you innovative? Were you creative? Did you look at things and see about how you could approach it in a different way? Were you determined? Were you determined to get that college point? Were you determined to finish that piece of work? And again, your member of staff can award you points for that. And then we have empathetic. Now, empathy is where you have the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes. So you see someone struggling and you go over and help them. What you need to remember, year 7, is you're all in the same boat. You know, it is quite daunting coming up to secondary school. You see someone a bit sad and you go and help them. And that's empathy, and that's about your personal understanding what's going on around you. These are skills that we'll develop or look at as you go through your school life. Okay, so this is the question and answer. Always makes me a little bit nervous. This is a question and answer session. I only had 1 or 2 questions last year, so I don't know if I'm handing over to Mr. Roberts or he's inviting you to write your questions into the chat option. Mr. Roberts.
Thank you, Miss Cowling.
Thank you, Miss Cowling. We've had
that have come through, but not too many. I've answered a few already. So okay. The few that we've had, and I've picked up from the earlier session, one of the ones was, will students be shown where to go on their first day? Do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, we on your first day, you'll find that you'll probably be some of the only students that are in the school. And the reason why we do that is to give you a chance to sort of bed in and settle in, and not to be nervous about other people being around. So you'll have a session with your form tutor, and then you will have a tour of the school. Usually we'd do that on new intake day as well, but obviously with COVID restrictions, we haven't been able to do that. But you will, on your first day, we always factor in a tour. On that tour, you'll be shown all the key areas like the pastoral hub, my office, so you can find me. You'll be taken around all the departments so you can look around. We'll sort out your thumb so that you can buy lunch, and importantly, we'll show you where the dining room is and the playground areas.
Brilliant, thank you. One that I'll answer if you want. So yeah. It's a question about what do we do with our phones. So there's lots of information in the press at the moment about the government possibly banning phones at school nationally. We've had a policy at Barnwell, and we'll continue with the policy that students are allowed to bring phones to school if they want to for safety reasons, but then not to be seen or used in school or at break time or lunchtime. So we get the importance that people do walk to school and some get the bus. So parents want to be able to get in contact with them to and from school, but then not to be used in school. And obviously that's at the student's own risk in terms of bringing in a very expensive bit of equipment, but we don't have them out and around the school. And if they're seen around school, then they're confiscated and returned at the end of the day, and there's a consequence for that. If parents want to get hold of their children during the day, then they're more than welcome to contact the school and the main office, and we get a message to the students, and the students can contact you back during the day. So that's that one.
Can I add to that, Mr. Roberts?
Yes, certainly.
If the phone is confiscated for a second time, we do ask that parents come in and collect the phone from reception.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you. Do we have set seats in each class?
Oh, that's a good question. Yes and no. So I have a seating plan in my classroom. Most teachers will have a seating plan. If we're moving out of COVID restrictions, that's excellent. We can move students around. So if we're doing paired activities, for example, but I most definitely have a seating plan in my classroom. Most staff do. Don't worry about that though. At the end of the day, you're there in a lesson to learn. If there was any major issue, you'd speak to your member of staff, but yeah, we certainly have seating plans.
Brilliant, thank you. Can we wear shorts to school, short trousers?
No, it has to be a skirt to the knee or full trousers. We don't ever move into wearing shorts. I appreciate they do at primary school. What will happen with your uniform will be dependent on the weather, but that affects your blazer only. You will wear full trousers for the entire year that you're in school.
Brilliant, thank you very much. And that's the totality of all of the questions I think, at the moment. Yeah, there's what I will say is we said that there's obviously the opportunity to ask questions in these sessions, but what we've done in the past, because we haven't had the evenings, we've put out a Microsoft form for parents and students to ask questions, especially about the transition, about the start of term. We make sure that obviously year sevens are incredibly comfortable when they come into school. Generally, it takes students around about 2-3 days to find their way around school once they've been to all of their classes. But definitely within a week, students will know where they're going, and we make sure that they know where the toilets are and the dining hall and their form group and the library and all of the key places in school. We make sure they know that in the very first day. And as Miss Cowling said, there's always people there to help and support and guide us, guide people around. There's one final question. Do girls have to wear tights or can they wear knee length socks?
You can wear both. You can wear socks or you can wear tights. They just need to be the appropriate colour.
Brilliant, thank you. So like I said, we'll have a question form that we'll send out, and what we've done over the summer holidays is publish our frequently asked questions sheets, and that has lots of answers to lots of questions. But if you do have questions, please don't hesitate to contact the school, either through the transition email or the Barnwell communication email. And what I would say is that when your child does join the school, please keep in contact. Don't wait for parents' evening to get in contact. Miss Cowling, you're very fortunate to have Miss Cowling as a head of college. Fantastic at keeping in communication and has many nominations as thank you nominations for the support that she gives the children in Redgrave. So long may that continue, and thank you ever so much for joining us this evening.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to joining.
Yes, thank you, and have a good evening. Take care, everyone.
Bye.